skipping the sand top layer for my cap on my substrate was a mistake. I am having to go back now and add sand. That safety Zorb, that clay product that was supposed to be my middle layer and I left as the top layer, the density of that is about half of what you'd typically find in any aquarium gravel or anything like that. It doesn't float, but it moves around way too easy because of its low density. So I probably saw that in some of the videos or whatever, and it didn't register. When I saw that it wasn't a beige color, I was like, oh, this is a nice dark color, that's fine, I'll just leave it. I didn't pay attention and realize that any amount of flow is going to move that substrate around. And so I'm now going back and putting a cap of the Black Diamond Blasting sand on top as I originally planned. Of course, so I had to move my plants. My plants are now down in a bucket down there. I have just a couple of tiny minnows in the tank. I did not pull them out. Don't feel that's necessary, and this is already a pain in the butt. So I did get a good tip off the internet. It said to use a 2-liter soda bottle, but even better, I have this 1 gallon water bottle. It has a wider mouth, and you cut the top off, you cut the bottom out, and you fill it with the sand. When you put this down in the water and you put water into you fill it with water as well as the sand, and you pull off the cap. This is a super easy way to transport your sand. Sorry, trying to get a good shot, but anyways, transport the sand. You got to wash this sand real good, get the sediment out. This is a good way to layer down the sand into the aquarium. So I just thought I'd do a quick video showing me doing that. It's a little bit unwieldy. This little handle helps a little bit. You got to get it down into the water. You got to let some water up into the top, the bottom that you cut off. You got to undo the cap, and then it just pours out the bottom. It pours out the hole. It's hard to see. The biggest problem is I can't see crap. So I'm just kind of pouring it the way you would like lay down concrete or whatever. I'm just going back and forth. I can't see hardly what I'm doing, but I'm just going back and forth, and I don't know what it's going to show on the camera, but you can definitely see it's just coming right out, pouring right out real nice. So I put 1 gallon on the other half of the tank bottom. You got to refill the top because the sand gets stuck if you don't have water in there pushing it through. But it works real well. Obviously the better plan is to just do all this substrate work before you put the water in. Live and learn. If you have to put sand in, this is a good method. I mean, if you have to add it later because you messed up. But anyway, I'm gonna finish this before I stop the camera, because once you get going, the way to go is to get all this out of your container. And I don't know how level it is, how even it is, but the way it pours out like that does work pretty good. So if you have to add sand into a tank with water in it, I recommend this method. You can definitely see the difference. That safety Zorb is a gray. The Black Diamond is definitely more of a dark black. So yeah, I wish I would have just done this as I had originally planned from the jump. So I'm gonna have to do, I'm gonna say another layer the way I did, which I put 1 gallon of sand on each side. So I'm gonna go another gallon on each side before I reevaluate. This is my 29 gallon aquarium that I just set up. Has a 5.5 gallon sump filter in the bottom. There's a lot of details on my YouTube page, my YouTube channel, and I just added sand. My original plan was 3 layers of substrate. There's some mushroom compost in the very bottom, a layer of safety sorb. It's a clay, it's a kind of baked clay, and then the top layer was supposed to be Black Diamond Blasting sand is what they call it. It's a coal slag sand. On top it's the very black sand. And originally I set it up and I skipped that last sand layer, and I found that the clay layer is not dense. It's a low density substrate because it has a lot of internal crevices, internal structures that are voids. Therefore, it's great for an aquarium. It provides a place for bacteria to grow, but it doesn't float, but it almost floats. So putting a more dense layer on top, highly recommended. This black sand, I really like it. You get it at Tractor Supply. You can Google it. It's the whole thing. But it looks way better now. The water's still a little bit cloudy from the change out. It's starting to clear up, but that's an update on me getting back into aquariums. I got a whole video on the YouTube talking about all the details of setting this all up. I have another, also a 40 gallon aquarium, so that'll be a separate video.